Mandem podcast episode 218.
Yeah, we're back.
What's happening?
Great show on earth.
Another week.
You know?
Mm-hmm. Shout out to Mike.
Shout out to Mike, man.
He's still hungover.
Still hungover, man.
He'll be back from Vegas soon, man.
Yeah.
Back from,
He's away on business.
Yeah, he'll be on the next one.
a long extended holiday, man.
I'm sure he'll explain everything as well.
Yeah, shout out, Mac.
But yeah, Mandem podcast episode 218.
Yeah,
Walks, Les, Rich, we're back.
we're here.
We are.
How has everyone's week's been? Feels like for me, I got some thoughts on this week myself, but I want to hear yours first.
This week for me, busy work week. Last full week this week, so I got 2 more days next week, and then I'm out.
Cold.
Done, finished
You're on the home stretch.
for 4 weeks, and then I'll be back in it. But yeah,
Emotional at all, or
do you know what? Not
How long have you been there?
3 years,
That's-
three
that's-
and a
that's-
bit.
Yeah.
Three and a
That's
bit.
decent relationships.
it's a good
isn't it?
run?
Emotional, no. Only I think what I was on the way here, I was actually thinking about. I think because I've been working from home, I think it's been less so.
Yeah,
But I'm going into the office on Tuesday, and my team or most of my team and some other people will be in, so I think that might make it
real
emotional. But other than that, not really. It's not. It hasn't felt like I've been leaving. I'm going to leave until I've been telling people. But if I get emotional, I don't know.
Yeah, question. Because this is
When I left
Sorry,
Sky, I was emotional.
Oh, like
Yeah.
big.
When I left
tears.
Top, because at Top Man I was there for, I want to say Top Man I was there for 3 years. That last day was emotional.
Yeah.
retail jobs. You have the best friends, by the way.
Yeah, the coldest.
Like the
I
lightest
have
friends.
the sickest time.
Yeah, at work, innit?
Yeah.
Do you still speak
rampant.
to anyone from
A few
retail
people,
jobs?
yeah, a few people.
Yeah, small.
And then at Sky, Sky was emotional only because there's some massive round table, and usually when people leave or there's an announcement, they do it round that round table. Everyone's stood up. So my leaving they did it round that table.
Shit.
Pressure. I know Dan's not on.
Yeah.
I'm not really on that.
So
Either.
they-
There are people. I don't know you lot.
So they did it round that table, in front of all the teams. I get along with everyone. They got me Beats headphones because I always used to have my headphones in. So they gave me Beats headphones. To focus to get their friggin' work done.
Dead lads.
So yeah, that one was emotional. Then after that, we just got frass in the pub.
Bro, this is I've never felt emotional leaving a job.
Oh, is it?
Why are you not emotional?
Nah, bro, because that's
When you were saying it, I was thinking this is so mad.
The routine and the bonds that you.
That's
the
what it
people,
is.
but if you're good people, then you're gonna continue those relationships. Is how I feel.
No, you do. And the guys I work with, used to work with at Sky, I saw 2 of them a couple of weeks ago. So I still see them, I still chat to them. We have a good
You man,
chat,
the conclusion I'm coming to is you man like work way more.
No. Us man are sociable
That's what it is.
creatures
at work.
who are in the mix.
I guess as a freelancer, definitely less so.
Yeah.
You go wherever the money is.
Yeah, I'm a mercenary.
Yeah, we're there for
I'm a mercenary.
we're for the people.
But I've never ever been emotional leaving work.
Nah, I've been the only
Well,
place.
when you man say emotional, what are you feeling, bro?
Bro, you're stepping into the unknown.
It's
But you've got a new job lined up.
Yeah.
That's good, cool, more
That's
money,
good.
more
Yeah.
opportunity, progress.
but you're leaving something you've been
Where-
doing for time.
And
for
it's somewhere
years.
where you're a guy, you're respected.
That's what it is.
Okay,
That's
And then
what
when
it
you leave, you're gonna
have to start
starting
again.
and do guymanship again. Man. You gotta prove
I'm actually a guy.
At my other place, I was a guy, and then
Yeah.
we've
No
seen
one
so
cares.
many
Yeah,
people
yeah.
pretend and they come and go. And now you gotta show them you're a guy again.
You gotta
Whereas,
prove it again.
yeah, in my current role, I ain't gotta prove nothing. They know who it is.
That's what life's about, though, boys. You gotta big fish,
The proving,
big fish, small
you
pond.
said Jack Grealish thing.
Yeah, you gotta go.
Yeah.
You gotta go see if you can do it somewhere
the
else.
proving thing. I think if you've done it in enough places, or you've been the guy in enough places, you just kind of know I'm gonna be cool wherever I go. That's not a fear at all.
Do you know what? As someone that bounces around from different workplaces, I am excited for the new place. Maybe it's a perspective.
The
thing.
unknown.
I'm like, There might be new sites. There might be new Mandem. There might be this. There might
new
be that.
programs, new systems.
So exciting.
New software. And
Yeah.
No, definitely the excitement part is there, but I think that will only really kick in once I leave here.
Yeah, you've got
to
get out first.
about the last day of this current role. Once I leave here and I guess it gets closer to the time, then I'll probably be more excited. But it's the guymanship that you build at work
is hilarious, by the way.
Like everyone knows who you are. Like you're cool with everyone.
Pull up
you go out, you link up. Yeah. Man know you. You know people.
You know what drink. They know what drink you're having.
That's it. Yeah.
Or what you have for lunch. Let's go to this. I know you like this restaurant. Yeah, come on, man.
So yeah, when it's the thought of like you're like we're not gonna like do this again. Like
nope, never again.
And like places like Top Man and Sky, they were like being back at school.
Yeah.
So that's why it was. I don't think I was emotional at school. After school, but it reminds me of being at school. It's like work, but you're having fun with the people that you're here with. But I think the benefit is that you get friendships for life, I guess, afterwards. So there has to be a bit of emotion in it if you actually rate the people that you work with.
Maybe that's it.
Yeah,
maybe I just don't rate them.
Yeah.
Antisocial, rich. But yeah, good luck with that, Les. What do you think the present is that they're going to get you, if any?
I have no idea. I was talking about, weirdly, at the end of their call, we was talking about like, crockery and plates and shit.
Oh, that's what you want.
Look how it's changed. The shift.
I was like, I love you lot, but don't get me no
Some
crockery as my leaving
bedding.
But no idea. There's a girl in my team I could ask, but I kind of want to be surprised.
Tap her up.
Yeah. Nah,
submit a request.
I don't expect anything. To be honest, I'm cool, man.
Fair play. Let us know how it goes next week, Rich.
But yeah, other than that, now week's been calm. I can't complain.
Again, kind of like speaking on topic this week. I say new workplace. I've been there. It's my return. I haven't been there in like over 6 weeks since like when I first went. I was just like shadowing kind of thing.
Yeah.
At Channel 4, which has been all right. Long ass days though, man. Long, bro. From like
how long?
10:30 till 8 p.m.
Yeah, that's lengthy still.
That's quite I know, yeah. Man, thinking, he's starting.
I was doing some subtraction and adding and whatnot.
It's long. It's actually long, but it's been good. Again, talking to new people, new friends, if you like. Had a little link up, like I guess Channel 4 is probably the blackest place. No. Well, blackest. I was gonna say Al Jazeera, but that's more brown. If we're really thinking, famous place I've worked, which is kind of cool.
We're really getting the palette out.
And then they've got this code initiative. I need to actually. I'm thinking I might see if I can bust some of the old SNC people. So I was speaking to one guy. I actually spoke to him prior to working there, but following like George Floyd, the whole of last year, and Channel 4 being the most diverse, kind of, at least of the terrestrial channels, the most diverse channel. They've got this initiative for one day, at least one day, to have all black programming, talent, everything. Apparently, Hollyoaks, all of that is going to be, the whole show is going to be black. I said, raw to the guy. I said, really?
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, that's what they're trying to do.
You say, I know some guys.
I was like, I know some people. So that's what they're trying to do. The date is supposed to be September the 10th.
Let me lock that in, man.
Yeah, I'm going to really try and tune in for it. I'm actually booked in elsewhere that day, but I might help with some of the graphics on like leading up to it and shit like that. But I was like, that's very decent. If you can pull it off. But I was chatting to the guy on a level. I was like, that's mad pressure though, isn't it?
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah. I was like, bro, we got to get it right.
Get it right. But then again, it's happened.
It's what you've been asking for.
Yeah, it's happened once.
And it's one day.
It could happen again. It may happen again.
But unless I had actually a kind of like a deep but short chat with my man. I was like, can't be performative, blah, all the shit we say on the podcast like that. And he was feeling it. But yeah, that's probably been like highlight, if you like, on my week. But just interesting, new shit in it. Talk to us about your week, Dan.
I've had enough.
You say it up.
I've had enough. This is a cry for help.
You've had enough of what?
The mundanity, the lack of weather, the lack of
What's this week? I'm trying to
outside events. Like, it's really, really shit. It feels like November to me, or January.
It's certainly don't feel like summer.
My brain feels like January.
Yeah,
I've frankly had enough.
I kind of get that still.
Something needs to change.
But the world's open though as well. Which is more open than it's been all year.
So many caveats.
Yeah.
Like what?
The holiday thing, for instance.
Oh, the holiday thing
I don't have
to,
a clue what's going on. Like day 2, day 8 test, Amber Plus.
There's an Amber Plus.
Too.
That's I think it's set to come in on the 16th.
Safe. Is that Monday?
I just don't have a clue what's going on with that, and that would be nice to kind of break everything up. But I'm just not in tune with it. The weather is slowly killing me.
The weather's bad.
It's August.
You have to remind yourself it's August.
Yeah, the weather's bad.
It's just I think the working from home thing as well.
Missing the social thing.
A little change.
What about you, Les? I remember having this conversation. Probably, I want to say 6 months. It's probably longer than that now. I remember like, I can't fuck with the work from home thing. Like, I remember lapping it up. I feel like on the podcast at least, Mike was the main exception.
Do you know what? It's something that you can't do for long, because I think you need the separation of work. You go to work, and then you go home to do home or be at home and relax and not do work. I think when you're working from home constantly, we said this on the pod before, it's easy to, I'll work till 6, 5:30, 7. Before you know, you blink, it's 8 o'clock. You ain't had dinner yet, so you got to go eat. You ain't been to the gym because you've been work. Like, work can easily take over, or you start earlier than you normally would. So I think when the working from home thing is easy for work to take over because you're relaxed. You're in an environment that's relaxed, and you can kind of still do the things that you would do when you come home. But the work element is still around. Like after here, at some point today, I'm gonna go home and like do some work.
Don't do that, bro.
Like it's like why would I ever?
Mad.
Why would I ever think? On a Saturday I might actually go.
No, but that's I'll be honest. That on the weekend, that's fucking on you, bro.
I've got of course. I've got a handover to write. So and I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it on Monday or Tuesday. So for me to get ahead of it, I think I'd rather. And it's not taxing work. It's I can do it while I'm watching something on the TV. But this is still my weekend.
So you're trying to get in these offices?
A couple of days out the week, I don't mind. I was in there on, when did I go? When did I go? Thursday. I can't remember what day I went.
Doesn't sound like it was that memorable.
Yeah. Thursday, because 2 of the other guys went in.
Was it Wednesday? You went and got drinks, innit?
Wednesday. It was Wednesday. Yeah, like, look, see, one day back.
That's what man are missing. Man are missing the booze, bro.
One day back, and a man said, "Let's go for drinks." And now I'm there.
All right.
It's different. It's just something different. Yeah, I'm looking like I'm sitting on my sofa. I haven't packed my laptop away properly. I'm just looking at the laptop with bare resentment.
It's there waiting for you.
It's looking at me like you might as well like
carry
on. I'm here. So it's all of that, man. But yeah, it has been one of the most mundane weeks in the history of man. And I don't know, I feel at one with the brethren who worked throughout lockdown, because I didn't. If I did,
if I like that,
he's actually moaning for no reason.
I'm being so honest.
He's actually moaning for no reason.
I'd be in a different kind of place.
You'd went back to work.
I'd be somewhere else, like
I totally
behind the
forgot about
walls
that.
or something. Like,
yeah. Dan had a fucking year off.
Whole year off, and like now I'm back. Been there for a few months. Back in the swing of things. I can't hack it.
Not rating it.
Nah.
It's actually mad. I forgot that. Now you don't remember that you've worked. It's just working it, I guess. But yeah, a break would have been. That's why I'm looking forward to having 4 weeks off.
Oh, that's gonna be beautiful.
Because I don't necessarily have to, and certain people don't know that I have 4 weeks off. But like, I'm never gonna get 4 weeks off without having to use annual leave. Yeah,
if you get 4 weeks off again,
take it.
You've been fired. Like.
Yeah. Something's going
on.
I'll
get longer than 4 weeks off. Yeah. So yeah, the working from home thing. I'm cool with going into the office a couple days out of the week. I don't mind mixing it up.
My thing was the opposite this week though. I went in 3 days, and then Friday I had off. Friday felt like a fucking dream.
A holiday. Yeah.
Bro, for me, I didn't realize how taxing it is, man. I drove in a couple of days. I did a test in it. I was like, let me get in the train, drive in. The last day I was just like, I'm gonna drive in. Got caught in mad traffic on the way home. Didn't get yard until 9:30. I was like, for what?
Yeah. It's slightly getting to work is an assault course. It's like literally like you're dodging people, and
here's the thing,
finding shortcuts.
I think if we provide in your workplace or more en masse, we have the option to work from home and go in like at our whim kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think winter you'll be on this work from home thing.
100%.
Summer, you'll be out
yes,
here.
yes.
I think that's the difference.
Yeah, we'll see how that plays out. But yeah, all in all, bang, average week. I think the highlight is football's back.
Yes.
Which is good. That started yesterday.
Friday night
Bit of
football.
comedy.
Kind of feels the same though, right?
Bit entertainment. Yeah, some things never change.
To be fair, we need full disclosure. That's why Mike's not here to be honest. He's dodging it. He's dodging
He
the
messaged
smoke.
us this morning and said, "Boys, I can't
Feeling
face
well.
it."
Dicky Tom.
Yeah.
But yeah, football's back, which is a highlight. United are playing a bit, which fingers crossed goes to plan. But yeah, that was the highlight of my week. I like set everything up just to be sat down at 8 o'clock.
Yeah, I patterned my food, everything. And the thing, like I was gonna say, that big takeaway. It's not even a big takeaway, but I realized like crowds.
Oh,
Crowds.
It's different.
Yeah.
The energy.
It's different, man. The
It's
singing,
different,
the
man.
horrible songs, like getting under people's skin. No, it was good, man. And people saying Brentford overdid it, but they haven't had crowds for 18 months.
I don't think anyone can
First
overdo it right
overdid
now.
it. How they
Game in the
overdo it?
Prem, first win in the Prem, first goal in the Prem.
Nah.
in however
The
many
T
years.
as in like celebrating.
Yeah,
The fans.
Oh no,
Oh,
like,
good.
yeah.
They
The
walked around
lap
like,
of
it
honour,
was
yeah.
like they won the one.
It was a little bit lengthy. I did think, but I get it. Yeah,
They earned it, innit?
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
man.
of course. Yeah.
So yeah, that was probably the highlight for me.
Yeah, good start to the Prem.
One of the lowlights was Justin Bieber jumping on Essence.
Lowlights depending on who you speak to.
Bro.
Because this is, and we was talking before about like, I guess Twitter being the main culprit of being like one of the funniest apps or social media apps out there, but sometimes it's the worst because some of the things that people go on there to rant about, I'm like, this isn't even worth
Save your
140
characters.
characters
Save
or however
your
many it is
battery.
nowadays. Yep, there's no point. Like Justin Bieber jumped on a remix as normal of a remix as anyone else would, but people have gone
Up in
mad
smoke.
and saying like, we didn't need this, we don't want it, why is he on it, and this, and
I find it very interesting. I actually haven't heard it yet. I thought I was listening to it when I was driving this morning, but I was like, nah, don't hear him. Like it was the original version. As I said, by the way, I just want to go on wax. I told man that was the best tune when we done like a little review of the album. That tune was gonna fucking take off. It has now to the stage where you get Bieber on it. People are mad. Bad thing. I don't think. I'm not sure. I would say I'm kind of indifferent to it. If overall indifferent to it.
I'm anti.
I haven't heard it though. So if it's awful, my opinion will
I
change.
wouldn't say it's awful as such. It's just like another remix where a massive star jumps on a tune that's already like traveling.
Unnecessary, would you say?
Didn't need it.
No one in the world, no one needs like said, wow, do you know what this needs apart from Bieber and Wizkid? I think thought that's a good idea. I think it's like been agreed that Essence is like a timeless tune.
That's here for.
We're gonna so you can add it to like Yay, Burna Boy's Yay, like that's gonna play.
That's gonna
forever.
like when
there's
there's
a
a
moment,
like,
innit?
you can. Yeah, that's here to stay.
And I think Essence probably is one step further.
I think so.
And it was almost flawless. Didn't need any more promotion as such, and I just see it as like a grab from Bieber to kind of put his mark on it, put his stamp on it, and I guess profit from it. Like Wizkid, obviously, people gonna say he's gonna benefit from it, but
you don't see how he benefits.
To like to Bieber fans now become Wizkid fans or like
do they listen? Do they now know who Wizkid is? Well,
yes.
I think we come from a very biased perspective. Kind of talks about what we were talking about at the end of last week's episodes, like purists versus the hypebeats kind of thing. Where we've known about this artist, and we're not like super say Afrobeats fans, but like he's big in our space.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. Remember, he's last week he sold out the O2 one day.
Yeah.
Due to Essence fans.
It could be 2 days now because of this Bieber thing. There's going to be new fans that haven't heard about him, and it's a weird thing in it because as an artist you want fans in it. That's like obviously money is like a measure of your success, but fan and like the crazy fandom also. But you want your hardcore fans, but you also need like not even like I don't even know like I want to say like more pop fans, if that makes sense. They know who you are now. They know 3 songs from you now that they didn't know before. I think that really pushes you into a different space. I don't think it's as I said, I haven't heard it, but I'm kind of indifferent. I can see how they both benefit from it, and I think Wiz benefits from it way more than Bieber does. I don't think this makes Bieber cooler. I don't think this makes Bieber like down with the kids kind of thing. I think Bieber's kind of been that for a while now, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, he's in and around. He's in space, whatever.
And he made that transition from like kid kind of thing to a bit more of a man and more into urban culture a while ago. So I guess this is more.
That's why I'm not surprised at him jumping on it.
I'm not at all.
Like, it's a big tune. It's massive. So why will people feel the same if Chris Brown jumped on it or Usher jumped on it? Is it because it's Justin Bieber?
I possibly so. I just think it didn't need any, like, it's like a perfect meal. Like, it just doesn't need any more garnish. Or like, you don't need to reheat it, or like, it's just fine as it is.
Don't put no salt, no
pepper. It's fine as it is. And I'm just like, now it kind of, it doesn't take away from the initial song. But I just don't know, man. It didn't make me. I didn't want to listen to it, and I won't ever.
Have you not listened to it?
I spun it once yesterday just to see what's going on. But I'll never ever go back. Ever.
Do you know? I haven't heard it, and I don't like. As we said, it's classic. It's going to be played here and never. I don't want to hear. I haven't heard it.
It's going to be my bringing.
Oh, fuck off.
No, I'm joking.
I don't want to hear the people.
Do you know I weren't going to listen to it, but then I thought we're going to talk about it on the pod, so I thought let me listen to it just so I can actually have some sort of an opinion on it. Before I listened to it, I thought it was like the tune slightly like different. He would be doing maybe some of the like replacing Thames in certain parts of the tune, but you could probably cut his bit out and put it together, and it's the same tune.
So what does he have, a verse? Is he on?
He has a verse, but he jumps on the chorus a bit as well.
Okay. A little bit.
Like he starts like overstepping the boundary. Like
yes, Bieber.
Let me get some of that.
Yeah, he's tapping man up.
Let me get some more minutes.
Yeah.
But I don't like. Again, it weren't like, oh, this is sick. But it weren't like, this is like, nah, this is bad. It was just like, okay, so remix is
like, it's just bare opportunistic. Like it's like Drake jumping on it. Like people would be like, this is just like, what is this?
Would Drake be a better?
The reaction's not the same.
You think people are more understanding?
Oh, 100%.
If it's Drake,
100,
absolutely,
100%.
It's not his first Afrobeat tune.
It's because it's Justin Bieber.
It's because it's Bieber. I saw someone on Twitter say this is like colonialism, basically.
Oh,
like you can see.
Wow.
You can see the move in it. You can see like the themes of it.
The angst are on.
Yeah.
People are putting.
She was like, it wasn't needed. Blah blah blah. This is just colonialism. I agree. Yeah. It's not needed. Would I go as far as saying it's colonialism?
Relax,
absolutely
man.
not. Chill.
Yeah.
But I see where you're coming from. I see where you're shooting from. I see your point of view. But I think Wiz benefits from this way more than Justin does. I saw Charlemagne, like, I think it was an Insta post, and he's playing the tune in the background. Does he play it? And I'm not saying he's not aware of that tune, but I'm not certain he is aware of that tune. If people doesn't jump on it,
he's definitely aware of it.
So I think I said this off air with Fran, and we're talking. I'm like, I've seen it played at like American brunches in like LA, American pool parties, and then you've got like American actors and actresses playing it, and I'm like, oh, this one really crossed over. It's really gone, this is the one. So I think it was big enough.
But with a Jamaican accent.
Oh god! This makes it bigger than it was, and I guess Wiz benefits from it, but it's not for me ever.
That's fine. I don't think it's for me. Again, I haven't heard it, but I don't think it's for me anyway. And I don't want to be at like these, I say like classic future moments, because I know that tune's good. I know Essence is going to be played, and I already haven't heard it, but I don't want that version to play. That will be upsetting.
Why don't you want that version to play?
Because it doesn't need any more, as you said. I totally agree with you.
Yeah.
The tune is pure essence. You can't add more essence to essence. Like it's already been.
Essence.
It's already perfect.
Inception.
Essence within the essence.
Yeah.
Added essence. I don't know.
Yeah, if you're on a ones and twos in a next dance, don't play.
Don't you dare.
Don't
I think
play.
you should know better though.
Don't
If you're
play that version.
if you're
Depends
if
where you
you
are.
respect
You might
your
not have
thing,
access to the original.
Depends
fam.
where you are.
For why?
You get the
bro?
boot, you get
Why
the
would have
boot, you get the
access?
bootleg with the DJ shouting on top of
Yeah,
it.
it depends what event you're at, because you could be at a little weird after work event and that one gets played.
And you're gonna appreciate it. You're actually gonna rate it.
nah,
Check it
man.
down. You're gonna rate it because that's the most urban tonight's going.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. And then people are singing Bieber's verse and that
Yeah.
with their chest.
Yeah, it's kind of mad. When
So
you say
then
it.
say,
I'm already sick.
It's
Like,
bad.
oh.
It's bad.
yeah, I think, yeah, I understand it, and I agree with people that I don't think it was needed. And for me, many remixes aren't really needed. I'm just like,
Yeah.
the original songs enough most of the time. But the outcry from it, I just thought like,
Bit much.
I tweeted, I said you can still listen to the original like, if you
Yeah,
don't
yeah, yeah,
to
yeah.
do the
You're right,
the
you're right.
pieces. And I heard like Twitter voice notes or whatever they call them nowadays about it. I was like, this is unnecessary.
Wasting time.
It's not.
Dissertations were flying yesterday still.
Yeah.
10,000 words up.
Yeah, it's cool for something not to be needed, but just give something proper that kind of energy, because this wasn't it.
This year, there's we saying there's bigger crimes.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, that's the internet these days. So, isn't it?
Yeah, you got to get them tweets off, man. Yeah, Rich, let us know your opinion when
I'll listen to
when
it.
you listen to it, because I'm interested to see how you feel.
Yeah, I might end up deleting the original
Because
because I think
Nah,
Wiz
that will be the end
Wiz
for
he
us.
released the deluxe edition, innit?
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
I think he just has that added tune. So he's trying to make Pete off
He's
it
trying
still.
to do extras.
So
But that's
no.
what you kind of get
No, that's
when
fair.
people release deluxes. It's like one song you're aware of, but it's just got verses from other people on it.
Yeah. But I mean,
I
if it-
honestly think if it was Drake that jumped on it, ain't no one saying shit. No one's saying a word.
I agree.
You might get a few people saying, "Oh, like why is he on it?" It's like that's a bit weird. But because it's because it's a white guy that's on it,
let's speak.
people aren't.
Yeah,
they're not rating it.
we
It's,
know what it
it's,
looks
it's
like.
dead simple.
Have you seen the other clip of Bieber this week where he's
On stage.
doing like a reggae
Dan, like,
background
listen.
and he's doing some dance?
No, I
He's
ain't
like,
seen
it's
that.
for
The
time.
thing, he goes
And
low
he
with it
goes
as well.
low,
Yeah.
He's like, yeah.
The thing
It's
with
what-
Just him dancing.
yeah,
yeah, he's on
it's a new
stage.
tune.
He's on a show.
Okay.
The
Bare
thing
funny.
with Bieber, yeah, and I like Justin. And I think he's bare talented, but I've got no issue with him doing that, because I know, like you said, he's in and amongst it, so he is aware of what's going on. So for him to like tap into, like, what you think he ain't tapped into it in a studio before?
Yeah.
And what he was doing on the stage, it weren't even bad.
It weren't that bad, to be fair.
There was a little bit of an accent in there, but I think he got rid of it after. Yeah,
Yes, Justin.
I think he got rid of it after a while. But other than that, it was not bad.
Goes back to what we said before, like culture. Like, is it to be shared or is it to be protected? Like, it's a techie one, man.
It's a fine line.
It's a bit of both, in it. I think.
Yeah, it needs to be protected.
Yeah,
it actually needs to be
Yeah.
protected. Yeah, so share a little bit.
Yeah, it's mad. Les, last week we went to 51st State.
yes.
The fallout from it has been mixed reviews, man. The Metro Fest was the day after. Heard that was an absolute shambles, but
Yeah.
then some people that went are trying to say it was still good. What are your thoughts on the weekend, man?
51st State, I thought it was good. I thought it was decent. I think
Out of 10 of all the festivals you've been to,
Do what Kevin Samuel says. Out of 10, you can't say 7.
better.
I give it a 6.
And you
I give
done
it a 6.
6.
6.
I think the last time we went, it might be, sometimes when you do things the first time, it's slightly better. I think you get more
That's
excited.
usually the case, isn't it?
Yeah. So I think the first time we went was better, and all the Mandem were there.
Yeah.
Better weather too, right?
Yeah, the first time. But this time round, it was a decent day. It rained, but we didn't get hit with the rain too bad. Yeah, it was just good vibes, man. I can't really complain about much of it, to be honest. It was jokes as usual with the man and that were there.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Now 51st, it was good. I'll definitely go again next year if it's on. But yeah, Metro Fest I've heard was a bit, because a few artists didn't turn up.
Didn't turn up. Yeah, it's been called the UK Fire Fest.
Yeah,
it couldn't have been that bad.
What people don't like.
Because Fat Joe and John B turned up.
Yes,
but then I think there
who else was on the bill?
Quite
there
a
was
few top
some
R&B.
big names, man. I know like Maya was supposed to be there. Who else was supposed to? There were like a few household names from the 90s when we'd be growing up, and they just didn't show.
Which is weird when that happens.
Yeah, I guess there's always a reason, but whether the reason is they didn't want to turn up or they couldn't get flights or whatnot, but then I guess Fat Joe and John B managed to. So
yeah, then the shambles that followed as well with the wristband refunds.
Oh yeah.
Oh, did they try and do this wire?
So you can only
cashless thing. Sorry.
Yeah, cashless society. You can only tap up. You can only buy things with this wristband.
Would you get there and have to top it up?
You can do it beforehand, but people aren't that organised.
Yeah. And I think you can't be refunded anything above £100.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. So if you had £200 left on your wristband for the
so you let me put 200 on there, but I can't
take it off.
Fucking hell.
That's mad.
And then you were supposed to cash out on Monday at 10 o'clock. There were just nothing.
Is this Metro and as well as
this was for 51st initially?
Okay.
And the whole portal weren't working, and it was just a big mess.
Sounds a bit shaky still.
And I feel,
did you put anything on? Do you get money?
Sorry, after I did.
You max it out, yeah?
Nah, not really.
Oh, so you had to take P back off?
Yeah.
You got it?
Yeah, it was fine. I'm not topping on more than £100.
Yeah,
That's crazy. But I feel like it probably left a bit of taste in some people's mouths. Some of the queuing, I see like 50-year-olds jumping queues, barging through.
Do you know what? I didn't.
It was getting a bit weird.
I didn't think it was to get in or
to get
just
in.
Oh, to get in was they fucked that.
Why was it so mad? Like,
it was shit.
Was it different from a usual?
Hour plus for me, probably about hour and 10 minutes.
Because they didn't organise it properly.
That's shit. Why?
It's like you've got.
It doesn't sound like it needs to.
It's like you've got the entrance, but there's no like organisation for you to get to that. So it's just like an open like funnel, and then it just gets smaller and smaller, and then there's the gates. Yeah. So then everyone just rushes through the gates.
It's a bottleneck. It's literally
a bottleneck. Yeah,
definition. Yeah.
And then like obviously everyone wants to get in, so people are like rushing, and then people are like trying to push through. Getting in weren't great. But other than that, queue wise, I didn't queue for too long to get drinks, to be honest. Yeah, I can't imagine I queued for more than 5 minutes, if that.
Yeah. It was I think it was decent, but I'd give it a 6, man. All things considered.
Yeah.
Was COVID a factor, by the way? Like, did it feel like?
I don't think anyone there
it didn't
even
exist.
knew.
I mean,
COVID.
if you're going,
that was not. Yeah, that wasn't a consideration. Whilst you were in there,
I think it's in a place like that. It's tough. In festivals, it's tough.
Yeah, of course it is. Like, if you really got a problem, you don't go in it. But
yeah.
It did make me think though. Yeah, when I was in the queue and there's like pushing, shoving, and it's like a queue where it snakes up on itself, and then some smart ass lifts one of the fence so he doesn't have to walk all the way, and then naturally people are like, I don't want to queue for another 5 minutes or whatever 3 minutes it is, so I'm gonna do it with the embarrassing look on
one of them
moments
still. I think man jumped.
It's peak,
I was with the people I was queuing with at the time. I think they went through. I think there was a gap in the fence and they went through.
Yeah.
But then I think someone closed the gap, and I didn't want to be that guy. I didn't want anyone chatting shit to me, so I was like, "Oh no, that's long. Like I'll meet you like in there, whatever."
Yeah.
But then I looked and I was like, "This is long." But then the only way to get to the side that they were on was to jump
it,
the fence,
and that can go.
Bear in mind, it's wet, muddy. It's a metal fence, but luckily I hopped it in one go.
Saying athletic,
fam. Like do you ever do something and think, if I had fucked that up,
this could have been
in the mud.
The payoff
would have been in front of everybody.
The payoff would have been the payoff for the downfall would have been mad. But it was just all weird. I'm seeing like grown men I've seen around the way for ages, like barging in the queue, and women were arguing and fighting and fuck off, and you're not gonna do nothing. Not put your hands on me. After that, she's barged through the queue.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, yeah, we're finished.
This
man.
is mad. And
We're
they're
finished.
grown. Like they're
Grown.
fully grown.
It's the don't
Age
push.
is an
It's the
excuse.
don't push
Don't
shout.
push. Yeah.
You're about like 5 foot something, and you're shouting, turning around, saying, "Don't push,
yeah.
stop pushing."
Oh, well, someone said it to you, Les. It sounds.
It was a lot.
Not to me, to man in the back.
It did make me think like, maybe I'm done with this, man.
Mm.
Maybe, or like, is it like this abroad? Like there was just something I felt, which was just like, oh, I've seen this a million times. I felt this embarrassment, secondhand embarrassment, and I was like, it did cross my mind. I was just like, what am I doing here?
Yeah.
I
Those
just
moments are peaks.
I think they organised the entrance of it wrong. I think they should have had people like started funneling people in like further down in the park.
Yeah.
Because there was literally nothing. It was literally you walk to where the gates or they weren't even gates. It was security guards standing there. Yeah. Then it just got a bit ham, so they were like now like linking arms and then some big white guy came and then like people kind of like circled because he was like on stuff.
Started dishing out some.
And then he was like, right, like after like when we let go, like you're coming through. And I was like, I ain't gonna argue with you. I'm standing for an hour. When you say go in,
I argue with you, Big Show.
Yeah, when you say go in, I'm going in.
Rich, why didn't you go?
Just wasn't on it.
Apathy. Yeah.
Like, I didn't go last year. I've never been to 51st actually.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. Just didn't really move, man. And it was one of those weekends that I was like, I actually need the weekend off. I actually need to do nothing.
Oh yeah, I remember last week. Yeah.
Yeah. But there's no reason. I'm just like.
And I guess there's no mass appeal really because
There's
it's
no
like a
superstars
semi-house
there
garage jungle.
It's like, it's always felt to me like a missable one, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Not a must-have.
Nice to have. Just I honestly just didn't care. Like, I was like, alright, cool. Especially when I saw like what the weather was going to be like, because man was selling tickets and stuff in it. I could have made the effort.
There were more tickets than I think that were ever printed. People were creating tickets.
I was like, I'm good, man.
But yeah, I was like, after I thought it was a good day, but I did have some reservations after. I was just like, what was that?
It's
like,
just,
what happened today? Yeah. But yeah, I'm just glad I didn't go Metrofest because that looked even worse.
Sound like a big L still.
Massive hoo-ha.
Yeah, that didn't look too good, and it was in the same park, exactly the same setup, I think, or would have been
the day after
as the day before. So the ground was fucked.
It made me know that I don't think I'm ready for Glastonbury as well.
Yeah, I think. I mean, Glastonbury, people go there to like 50 and that, but I'm not. Mud and weather,
play such a big part.
It's massive, bro.
But then festivals when it's too hot in a tent and whatnot.
I don't care about too hot.
Oh, you're cool with that?
In general, you see, like, unless I'm on the underground or like in close proximity, if I'm outside, I don't feel like it can be too hot in a way.
Yeah.
You can always cool yourself down when it's too hot. When the weather's shit, you
Like,
can't.
we don't live in a desert or like, I'm like, well, put a hat on or, do you know what I mean? Like, I don't.
I've
really
heard stories
like,
of man going Glastonbury and like not showering for like four or 5 days.
And then all that mud and that.
But in the sun as well.
Yeah, that's part of it.
That one's Tekky. Yeah, I don't think. I'll be honest. I want to go.
I feel like I'm a man that would. Like,
I want to go.
Fucking get on with it, like.
I'm not my best when I'm not like at prime hygiene.
Do you know? Yeah. Do you know what it is? I think it was.
It's upsetting, isn't it?
I know, man. I know where my gym tees. Not too fresh.
It will have you feeling away for a bit. Then I think after when you realise there's nothing you can actually do about this. Yeah,
Rich, I'm telling you, bro. If I'm wearing that old t-shirt with the white tee, where the pits are starting to go a bit yellow and that.
I need a fresh
and
back,
you sweat. Yeah, I know. I'm too aware, man. I've been out and like gone shop and just bought a new tee. Like,
that's
yeah.
If you clock it, like, and you can act,
you can act.
It's not gonna get any better.
I'll never forget, and this is typical of me to do it. I remember going uni once, and I must have put on a pair of trainers. I went uni that day, and I weren't too sure on the trainers, but I thought I ain't worn these for a while, so let me put them on and go.
Yeah.
But the whole day was bugging me, so I've gone to the Galleria, and just bought a new pair.
That's mad.
Yeah, you gotta take action, man.
Adidas Sambas, blue and white.
Yeah, nice classics. But yeah, I don't know, man. Glasgow, sweating for 5 days minimal hygiene.
But there's also a way to do Glastonbury. I think
You
there's
could do glamping?
the peasant's
Glamping.
way.
Yeah.
If we're gonna keep it.
That's the real Glastonbury. If we're being honest.
If we're gonna do it properly, it's the peasant's
that's
way.
the real Glasto.
Yes, I ain't on that.
With your tent,
Yeah.
your tent getting blown
He's
away.
trying to get a helicopter in.
I'm on a glamping thing.
Land, go straight into your
Like,
glamping
you need
van.
to make it as comfortable as you can. No, let's not say, oh, they got a free ditch there. Let's chill in the ditch. Like, come on.
Like, if there must be like hotels and all that stuff. Is there, or is there nothing by Glasgow?
I don't think so. I don't know. I don't think
because
so.
it's like literally in the middle of nowhere.
Do you, I think on it sounds butters, and I'm with you, Dan. Yeah, but do you know what I think often plays a part that people don't really clock on in bare things is like, what is everybody else doing?
Okay.
But if everybody else, if you can't stink, if everybody around you stinks,
Yeah.
like it's like you still. I feel like I'll be like you, though. I'll still feel away because I've been in some situations where I'm like, this is bare far from my ideal, blood. But I just changed my mind. If I'm being honest, I changed my mind.
You're strong there still,
Bro. I ever tell you, look, when I got my girl's an idiot, man.
Wow.
Sure you want to say this?
I'm in India, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know if you lot know much about India or whatever, but one thing I will say that hits you straight away, especially if you're on the underground, not underground, I don't think they're underground, public transport is, or anywhere really, the personal space thing
Oh yes.
is practically non-existent.
Okay.
So you have to get your mind over that first, and then think about, if you talk about hygiene, then you know that's already basically been violated. I'm on the, she booked it quite late. It was a 14-hour overnight, what they call a sleeper train. I'm going from,
I've seen these.
I
On
think
TV.
you've said this before.
I've seen like Joanna Lumley and them, man, where they go.
maybe you've seen
Ricks
yeah.
and Portillo do these train journeys, or
yes, like across some
yeah.
mad landmass. So she's booked. It's a 14-hour sleeper train from, I think it might have been like Kerala to Goa. And Goa's like this. When you get there, it's like, oh, thank goodness.
It's
I'm that
idyllic.
kind of thing.
It's where Mr. Fernandez was from.
Yes, yeah.
Goa's nice. I
Them
mean,
man there, yeah.
immediately when you get there, it's not nice. I almost lost it with her, but I won't talk about it. I won't talk about it right now. But she booked a 14-hour train. I think there's different classes you can get. So you can get like first class, second class. I don't know if she left it too late or whatever, but we've got third class. So yeah,
Third class.
third class. Is that a thing? Like,
That's below like.
Yeah.
do you want third
When you got
class?
hanging
Like,
on the top, hanging off the top of it, and that.
I was inside.
Okay. Fourth class is the one where
You're under the train.
Yeah.
And shit.
Pushing the train. Like.
Burning the coal and that. So I'm on this train. I've just got on this train. We've been in like, you know, like you go cinema and like, oh, like there are seats kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
There's like,
The
it's like a
fake.
bench kind of thing. So imagine it's like bunk beds, little kind of like, you come off like the main kind of like path, go into like your little section, and there's like bench kind of here. Like I don't know, you might sit like 3 to 4 people on each one, 3 to 4. Then there's one above it. So
Yeah,
like
yeah.
above people, there's a little ladder thing. So we've gone and been like, raw, like there are seats. So like, don't worry about it. I'll just climb above you, kind of thing. One of the things that fucking spanned me immediately was I've just gone up the little ladder and I'm like, yeah, cool, man's up here, whatever. But I've gone up there with my shoes on, innit? People below me are vexed, like, because like little stones and that.
Oh,
They're like,
okay.
you have to take your
Yeah,
shoes
yeah,
off.
yeah.
I've got socks on, so it's not a
know,
barefoot
bro.
thing, thank God. But anyway, I'm like, we must be an hour or something through. I'm like, bro, we've still got 13 hours. It's gonna be dark. You're at the top, there's fans and stuff, but these fans
Blowing hot air.
blowing hot air, and they have so much dust on them. Like, if you like ever looked like by the side of a computer or like your Xbox, and it's just bare
Been there
dust.
too long, man.
So I'm like, it's that, and I'm like, this is really the situation I'm in. So I've done the mental maths. I've like slapped on a podcast, and I'm just like, I'm basically on my way to work, kind of thing. Like, I'm doing
for
bare
13
things.
hours.
From Monday to
What a
Friday.
nightmare.
Like.
It's mad delays.
It's bare hot, all of that. I was coming off the thing. I didn't even realize I was going to the toilet. Oh, fam, the stink of piss in this toilet was through the roof. Anyway, I've gone to the toilet. I've come back out. Everyone's staring at me. Me being this fucking Westerner, I've got on an Oxford shirt, innit? Like, I'm in that thing.
Okay. Oh, you're looking like a real
like
traveller.
Yeah, like proper. My thing's probably sweating, all of that. But everyone's staring at me like, what's going on? Like, on my way down, I've cut my arm.
Okay.
So I'm bleeding, but I don't even know. Like, it's so hot, I can't feel my blood.
I'm
All of
bleeding
that.
in third class.
And
bro.
I'm in third class. So I'm like, I don't know. I patched it up somehow. Like, and I was just like, I guess this is it.
Just lock in.
and I just locked in somehow. But I was like hot, sweating. I didn't sleep. Meanwhile, she's passed out. Like, calm, bro. I've been in some.
So you have to just take that approach with Glastonbury.
Yeah, but again, it's about what's around you somewhat. Like if you're used to like London Underground, acting like a spare clean. But when you're not in that and everyone else is not in it and everyone's okay with it, you can't now act up, especially if you're like this Western guy coming over. Oh, it's too dirty. That's just rude. Like you don't want to be that guy. So I think you can adapt. But yeah, man, bro,
I need to think twice, man. If I do the festival thing, it's probably a glamping thing. And I ain't going to India to do the third class.
Not getting close.
To do the third class.
Definitely being first.
It's probably an experience you can miss. Yeah, it's not. You're right, but
bonkers.
We'll see about Glasgow one day.
Yeah, shout out to 51st, man.
Yeah, and Firefest. No, what's it called? Metro Fest.
UK Firefest. Did you not see Gigs talking about bringing Wiley back?
I did not.
I read a bit of it, then I was like, why is he even talking about this? And I didn't read the rest of
it.
Will you be signing the petition?
No, there's a petition to it.
I don't know. It's just people talking online. I think that's the petition. I
didn't see it, but now I saw like a compilation of Wiley's tweets. Like he's what's the word? Anti-Semitic, anti-Semitic tweets, and I was like, why is this like moving? But now you say it must have been in like the petition and why he shouldn't be brought back.
Because Giggs was like, he's been banned and he said a couple like crazy things and we get it, but he's like, it's been enough time now, something like that.
Yeah, he's got kids to feed. He said some silly tweets, but I think now it's time. And there were a lot of like reposts, retweets. Seems like I'd call it support for Wiley coming back. Do we think enough time has been served? I've got the tweet here. I think it's time Wiley got his platforms back now. He was a bloody idiot and said some stupid shit. But now I think just give him a chance to make a sincere apology and let his lesson be learnt. The man has got 3 kids to feed. He got shown what time it is. Let's move on now.
My initial reaction to prior to you saying that, reading Giggs' tweet was like, I don't know. I don't really know. But now you said that, I'm like, it's made me think on a bit broader. Like, how long are you supposed to be cancelled for? Like, is there is there a return date? Is it like prison?
Yeah, I found that bit a bit weird that he was like, oh, he's
done
like,
his time.
He's like, he served his time now. Like, let him back on the socials. It seemed like he was talking to someone via, I guess, us, if that makes sense.
He's talking to public space, but it's indirect almost.
Yeah, he's talking to the gatekeepers almost. Basically saying, yeah, Wiley's like, you lot have punished him for long enough. Like, now let's get him, like, let him back on the socials, almost let him back out to play. But yeah, I don't know. It just came out of nowhere for me anyway. So it felt a little bit weird. But I don't think Wiley's stuck for ways to make money and feed his family. I think Wiley,
because he definitely does have a Twitter account. He's got a new
100%.
Twitter account which he's on. I saw the tweet and I was similar to. I was like, this is like kind of random. Like there might be more to it, but I hadn't seen anything prior to it, so it kind of caught me off guard. And I'd totally forgotten the whole
same
furore that surrounded Wiley and his comments. Is there a certain amount of time you can be cancelled?
I don't know if I'm being some super open-minded person, but perhaps there is like a time served kind of thing that we should perhaps implement, because
I think you have to show though. Show growth or show change.
That be
explicitly and say I was wrong. Because I haven't seen those. They might exist. But I haven't seen them myself.
Yeah, I would agree with that actually. Dan, you need to show some kind of remorse or regret towards whatever it was you said or to that people. Like, we never actually spoke on the baby, did we?
No, I actually thought that the last episode. I was like, we've not spoken on the baby.
A lot of the American podcasts, just consistently keep talking about it because he keeps fucking up. But
yeah, because I know he like initially apologized, then he's like removed his apology, and he's weird kind of back and forth. But I guess what you want is, and I don't know how you do it. The only person who's actually successfully done it, and I guess it was against the same group of people, was Nick Cannon. Yeah, he made some anti-Semitic remarks, and he didn't get. I mean, he got cancelled, but then he said that he apologized. I've done more reading, etc., etc., and he seems to have been allowed to continue as normal. I feel like there should be a time limit. I think, and it sounds silly.
Was it approaching a year?
Who decides it though?
I don't know. I don't know who decides.
I think you have to show growth in that time, but then also, my mind goes to people who may have been racist.
Yeah, that was my immediate thing. I'm not racist anymore.
Are we gonna?
I'm not racist anymore.
Okay? Like, will we say
I'm not homophobic anymore?
If they say, "Oh, I'm not racist anymore," what I said was wrong. Like, are they allowed back, kind of thing? Because I see people saying, "Oh, Katie Hopkins has got all of her platforms." Like, fuck her. Like, I don't.
That's who I was thinking of initially.
Oh, she's back.
Supposedly, yeah. But yeah, for whoever drops a clanger and says, "Oh, this coloured whatever," or it could be even more malicious than that. Like when they come back and say, "Oh, like, sorry about that, guys." Like, are we gonna is Gigs and the people who are in this comment section agreeing? Are they gonna say, "Yeah, they've served their time"? I don't know.
It's the definition of techie. Like,
it's mad.
It's very difficult to say.
Because if you can apply it to Wiley's rants, can you not apply it to that? Or
it should have, and it would have to,
or homophobia.
It would have to apply to everything.
Yeah, you'd have to.
Or alternatively, is that nobody gets cancelled. That, in a weird way, seems like the easier move.
Yeah. Yes, that is the easier move, but I think people that say certain things like what the baby said or did, I think you almost have to be taught a lesson that you can't go around saying certain things.
You need to have, you need
I think
consequence.
Yeah, I think cancel culture isn't really real. I think how I guess social media portrays it as it's a real thing.
People shout at you for a bit or tweet your name.
Yeah,
I think Wiley was actually cancelled.
I think the baby's actually been cancelled.
But their cancellation is cancellation that Giggs is saying will stop you from getting money to do this and feed this and provide.
It's real cancellation.
It's real cancellation by people who have real money and real power.
Being cancelled by the black community means nothing.
It's nothing.
Yeah,
it's not real cancellation. But that's the cancellation you're going to hear. That's the cancellation that's the loudest by the majority.
The optics seem good.
Whereas the one man sitting in a tower in the penthouse that says, "Yeah, he's not doing
Spotify.
He's not doing this show." That guy has the real power, but he's not on Twitter. That man on Twitter.
Think piecing.
Yeah. I think cancelling is necessary. Whether you can come back from it or not, I think that's down. I think, like to what Dan's saying, I think you have to show growth, but it's down to you to put the work in to convince us. Like, okay, like, yeah, Tory Lanez has got a new tune.
How do you though if you've been cancelled?
The cancellation is never permanent. That's the one thing I think you have to understand, is that it's never permanent.
Okay, you got to use the platforms that are available to you. Whether that be your TikTok, Insta, Twitter.
So it only becomes permanent if you, I guess, allow it to defeat you.
You just disappear.
Because then you've been cancelled off. But I think if you keep working, we use Tory Lanez as an example. He was cancelled quite majorly for a bit, but in my eyes, he seems like he's bringing it back.
Yeah, he's definitely working his way back.
And he's working his way back.
I'll be honest here. I feel like he was cancelled mainly by the black community as well. I don't feel like I think Wiley's cancellation is a different. It's hard to compare.
We haven't really seen.
It's very complete.
Cancelling of that level of severity. Definitely not in the UK scene. But yeah, I saw the tweet and I was like, Giggs, you got me thinking, and I'm not sure of the answer. Because what he would say, he was going ham that day or those days, and I'm sure it offended a load of people. But then people can grow, and then I think in me saying that means, I guess, racists can grow.
You have to believe it.
I think
homophobes can grow.
Yeah,
I can definitely say.
I think it's definitely possible.
But again, I would say, I don't know what. I don't know, man. It's Tekky. It's Tekky.
It's one that I guess we could speak on for ages, and there's bare angles, there's different examples. But yeah, I saw it, and I saw a lot of people retweeting it and saying their retweets and repost and agreeing and saying Free Wiley and yada yada yada. And I was just thinking, interesting.
I'm here for the debate and to hear opinions on it and stuff like that.
But I think what Dan said is important, that we have to see that a man's opinion or thoughts have changed. It's not freeing him up because it's been a long time. That means nothing. Because you could come back and be like, yeah, I still don't fuck with them or whatever, or still think what I think. I'm just not going to say it out loud.
That's the danger of all of this stuff, though, isn't it? But then on the flip side, should we, I say we, meaning everybody that's not cancelled, I guess, should there be forgiveness as well? A level of forgiveness? Because like we always talk about, I guess mainly in the West or whatever, these Christian values, forgiveness is bare core to it. Do we not believe in forgiveness?
Not clearly not. Like people are fraudulent in like claiming to be spiritual, religious, yada yada yada.
They don't
like
live by
moral and whatnot, but real actions show otherwise. I think because we don't, like forgiveness is something that I don't see a lot of.
No.
At all in many walks of life. So yeah, Rich, you raise a good point. Like people purport to be holy and yada yada yada, but in practice, when there's the opportunity to do so,
they cancel.
We rarely see it.
I think you're always going to get punished before you're even given the opportunity to be forgiven.
I think that's okay though. I think you should be punished for some of these crimes, but at some point we should be like
forgiven.
Open the door to at least to see if that person's changed, and I think that's kind of what Giggs is trying to get at. But bro, I don't know.
I think you do, because you've seen. I used Chris Brown as the example. That boy has been forgiven, but it's not. No one's ever going to come out and say, you know what, we forgive you, Chris.
Has he been forgiven or has he been forgotten?
Forgiven. Nah, it's definitely not forgotten, because them jokes come up every so often.
Do they? I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I think he's been forgiven. Yeah, I don't think he's been forgotten.
And is it also because he was a young man at the time? I think that plays a part.
You get a pass,
a little bit.
Probably. But yeah, it's funny that we're talking about forgiveness and errors and whatnot. Like a prime example, and people who are allowed to make mistakes and it's brushed under the carpet. A prime example was this week. Eamon Holmes on Good Morning Britain. Was speaking with I think she's like another presenter or correspondent, and he said to her like, "Oh, your hair, it's crazy. Like you look like an alpaca. I just want to pet you." And she's like laughed it off.
But then,
as it happens, when you're put in these weird positions, some people don't speak out and say, "No, you can't compare me to an animal." And yeah, he was put through the mill online, and he came out with his apology, and his apology was like along the lines of, if I offended you, I'm sorry. If I didn't, we still cool. If I didn't, we still cool, right? Is what it is. So yeah, it is funny to see kind of the differences in how these things are treated. I'd agree, like Wiley's thing, he went ham. Eamon, that's a faux pas. It's poor. You should not say
more casual racism,
perhaps,
as opposed to Wiley's thing was direct.
But he's there. He's back next day. He's calm. Like water under the bridge. Release a little tweet, and you could crack on with your day. But I saw that and I was just like, fuck me. Like these dinosaurs are just on TV every day, allowed to make all them as many mistakes as they want, and it's just fine. Just turn up to work the next day. No cancellation. Accidents happen.
It's Tekky, man.
Yeah, it's a crazy world, man. And I guess listeners probably are more enlightened than myself, so they could probably let us know their thoughts and where I'm, misinformed. Because as Richard, it's Tekky, man.
So
very
it's very
techy.
techy.
It's a minefield. This new world still. But yeah, Eamon Holmes, man, do better.
Yeah, that was poor from him.
Alpaca, you know.
I just want to pat you on the head. He says, like,
Nah,
it's so fluffy.
Yeah.
What?
I'm trying to make it make sense, but it just doesn't make sense. Yeah, he clearly didn't think before he said what he had said. I think she said, because
She said, no, she responds, don't touch my hair, innit?
Oh, no,
Yeah,
says, okay.
like through laughter and
Yeah, which is that's almost, what is the don't touch my hair
That's
thing?
a
I just want to
fuck
like,
off.
it's based on, it's a real thing, innit?
Yeah.
but it's like it's a sign, innit, that you've at least crossed the line, blah, 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 blah. But again, it's said in this, this is the fucked thing with it. Yeah, this is the problem with it. Like, you as the victim, I've said this before.
It's now your problem.
Now, as the victim, especially on TV, nationally, you've got a moment where you can educate, I suppose.
Yeah.
Berate. You've kind of got license to go ham. You can do whatever you want. But I think in 95% of those situations, most people,
Smile and
because
laugh.
we're bare agreeable, bro.
Yeah.
We're just like, ha ha ha.
Yeah.
It's fucked, bro.
Like, she said it, but she's laughed. Like, so it's like,
yeah, she didn't do the don't touch my hair.
yeah, that's how you like. Don't touch, like,
Don't
touch my.
I appreciate that.
hair.
Don't touch my, like one of them. Like,
Yeah. So it's like, and I don't blame her.
No. She's not in the
It's
wrong. She's been
peak for
put in
you,
that position,
like,
yeah.
It's just, bro. We've said Tekky so much, man.
Yeah.
We're saying should we cancel Eamon Holmes and see how it works? Us lot just say it. You
What's
just
he
say
gonna get? Like a week ban or like? It's not.
nothing.
Nothing.
There's no power.
It's not you said
Right,
that,
there's
man.
no
It's-
power.
that's-
Public-
you know
you
how
publicly-
fucking sad that is, though.
He'll publicly apologize at the very most, and then Tuesday, I think it happened on Friday.
Just turn up.
Tuesday will be back,
Yeah.
and they'll be talking about something completely different, or they'll get some fucking social media black person on there. Be like, right.
Yeah.
So who
Talk
should pay on the
about
first?
yeah.
day?
Get Bonzi.
Yeah,
Somebody get Bonzi.
Yeah.
on
What's
that.
Bonzi doing? Yeah, it's mad, man. This cancellation, non-cancellation. It's a crazy one. So yeah, maybe Wiley should be allowed to come back and show us that he's healed and learnt.
And maybe Eamon Holmes should be cancelled.
Yeah, but he's got to be cancelled by people other than the black community.
Yeah. Overall, though, we just need more accountability for all of these things, man. Like, people need to show that right, wrong all the time, because if not, we're not moving nowhere. Like,
They need to be shown it, or
I mean, like, again, I don't want to put that pressure on. I don't even know the lady's name, but she needs to, like, it's got to be hard no, like not on, and tell him off there and then.
Yeah,
like,
it's the awkward one, isn't it?
it's so awkward.
It's the awkward one.
So awkward. But I feel like
I hope she said something to him afterwards.
if that happens, or yeah, at least
On
My thing though,
TV, it's Tekky.
my thing is though, yeah, like with everything, like if
Because
you
on TV they'll cut you off straight.
disrespect me publicly, yeah, I need a public apology. If I'm disrespected publicly, I need a public apology. Like the whole private thing, especially with TV and stuff like that.
He did kind of.
What,
I'm
public
not
apology?
defending him, by the way, but he did tweet.
I think the next day he's got to go on TV.
That's it.
I'ma
That's
need
what I said. Like I said,
something.
that's what I
I'ma need
said.
something.
That's what I said.
And-
At the very most, it'll be a public one on, I think, Monday, whenever the next one is.
With, I say, a bit more of, I'm gonna say a gaff. I hope that's not downplaying it. Yeah. But I can probably I can forgive, if I'm her. I can probably forgive you for it. But I need to let you know that it's wrong. And I think that's the problem. People don't know what's right and wrong. And again, it's up to you. You can give certain people leeway and shit like that. But
Do you know how fucked it is and ingrained like,
so
in
fucked.
him that he like wants to pet a black person? Like,
and he's happy, like, and if she doesn't say the don't touch my hair thing, or there's no social media, like if this happened 10 years prior,
yeah.
it's not nothing, like it just happened. Nothing happens. Absolutely nothing happens.
Yeah.
No one shares it, or we might have seen it, and someone will be like, "Oh, like did you see what happened?"
Yeah, fades
It's-
away.
Yes, it's mad,
it's
man.
fade
But
away, yeah.
more checks, man. More accountability.
Yeah, Gigs, speak on that one as well, man. Let's get if you could get Wiley back, get Eamon out
Get
here as
Eamon
well.
out
Say
here.
trade off.
Yeah. We'll take one for one.
1 in, 1
Prisoner swap, fam. Yeah.
1 in, 1 out, fam.
Send Eamon to Coventry, fam. Bring Wiley back, man. Get everyone a Good Morning Britain. Mad week, man.
What else did we have? Anything?
I think that's it.
Full house still.
I guess talking about festivals, you mentioned Elro's cancelled.
Oh yeah, Elro was cancelled
On someone's thing.
as a result of the madness.
Oh really? Was it in the same
It's
location?
in Metrofest, saying Trent, but it's supposed to be at Trent Park, but
is
they're saying the damage that was done
it's
irreparable
irreparable
To what?
whatever.
to the venue.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's actually the truth.
Because I was just to think, where is it in Trent Park? Is it where we just go and chill?
I think
But
it is.
It actually is.
Yeah.
So imagine that on a massive scale, just like churned and turned.
I always when Wireless was in Finsbury Park, I always used to think, what part of
Where
Finsbury
are we?
Park
Yeah,
is this?
yeah.
Like,
It's the main.
I was
It's
like,
like
it's
the whole
actually
thing.
they
It's
just
the
put
whole
Yeah.
little things up.
I'm like, fam, like
the whole
the trees aren't here, like the park's not here.
Where's that path?
Yeah, I was like, none of that stuff is here.
It'll be interesting to see what happens next year and whether like Enfield Council will say it's worth it for possibly not, because if they're turning away a whole festival, I can imagine the revenue that it brings in
Must
is
bring pay
massive.
for them, yeah,
But for them to say, nah, keep your festival.
that speaks a lot, innit?
Yeah. Watch this space, man.
Yeah, I guess not much has happened this year, so for them to not have it, it's a bit like,
Yeah, they
cool.
they probably made like their year's revenue in those 2 days anyway, regardless if the event was a success or not.
Yeah.
They're up.
Like, where the fuck was Go Ape?
It's just gone. It's just behind.
Oh, that was there as well, isn't it?
Yes, fam,
behind.
it's like in the bait park bit that everyone knows.
It just disappears.
Because when you
Like-
come in off the main road, you know that little bit where the one car, the narrow car,
Yeah.
like you have to walk
You
down
walk down
there.
that,
You
yeah.
walk down there.
It's the same part.
It's the
then.
same-
It's the
yeah.
same
It's
But
part.
when
mad.
you bust like the park bit, like
It's like
Go
a whole new world
Ape,
is
Go
there.
Ape wasn't there. Like,
Narnia like revealed. It's mad. It don't make no sense.
It's nuts.
it's weird.
But yeah, shout out to the festivals, man. Any bring-ins this week?
I don't know. You know,
I had
there's this one Justin Bieber song,
but I forgot it, and then I remembered it, and then I've forgotten it again. So that's not helpful. But I can't remember what it was. I guess this one's popped in my head, so it might have been this, but I'll bring it anyway. Actually, no, it's 2 things, but one of them I've not actually seen.
that's a techie one.
A little bit, but sports fans I think will rate it. The first one is Locks on Breakfast Club.
I need to watch that.
That was a good episode. I ain't watched Breakfast Club in a while, but obviously after the verses, watching the Locks on there is good. They've been doing a little bit of a
Press run.
post, post versus press run, which is good. And just to like see them chatting, link up. Like if you watch Drink Champs, they were on it a couple of years ago, I think like a year ago. But yeah, that's a really good one to watch.
Nice.
And then my other bring-in was it's an old NBA story. Or it's not a story, it's an actual thing that happened. Malice in the Palace.
So cold.
Have you seen it?
I know.
I
what you're
saw
talking
the
about as
initial story, but I've seen that there's a documentary about it.
On Netflix, they've got a documentary.
well. Oh, there's a code. I'll take that in.
They
How
got a
many episodes?
I had no idea.
Okay.
No idea how many
that's very
episodes.
good.
It's mad how if there is more
They
than
can
one
stretch
episode.
it out. Yeah.
Oh no, there has to be. But yeah, Malice in the Palace. I'm so looking for, because I've seen like the videos of what actually happened. It's just like, it's mad.
The story behind it is crazy.
But yeah, if you know the NBA or you're just interested in like sports in general, I think it's called Malice something in the Palace, but it's Malice in the Palace. On Netflix. If you've watched it, I'll probably watch it by the time this comes out. But yeah, we can chat about it.
Let's talk.
Cold. I don't have one.
No?
You got one there?
Yeah, I do. An artist who has probably been cancelled a million times, but somehow keeps coming back. Kodak Black. One of like my favorite like young rappers.
Really?
Yeah. Wavy,
Interesting.
like in a weird way. But yeah, Kodak Black has a tune with Rod Wave, and it's called Before I Go. And yeah, Kodak Black's also got another tune called Senseless as well, which I've been spinning a lot. But yeah, my bringing this week is Kodak Black, Before I Go.
Nice,
Cold.
nice.
Very nice. Yeah. Shout out Mike, man. We miss you, bro.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Shout out to my.
Pull up on us, man, when you're back.
Yeah, pull up, man.
Yeah, your seat's still there-ish, kind of.
Yeah.
Maybe. Shout out to Chris as well, one of our listeners and followers on the socials. It was his birthday on Wednesday.
Oh, yes.
Come on.
He turned 40.
Looking good though.
Yeah, fam, I said it. Looking good for 40.
What's the secret, man?
Yeah, let us know.
No, man.
Share that.
Share that skincare
But yeah,
regime.
shout out to him. Shout out Aid, obviously, always. That's the homie right there.
Absolutely.
Pluggo.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. That's episode 218.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Mandem podcast.
Keep it locked.